What is a force? Well, a force is a push or pull acted from one object upon another. Newton's first law of motion. An object in motion will stay in motion. An object at rest will stay at rest. An object will not change its motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced outside force. All the forces acting upon this object are balanced, so the object will stay at rest. It will not move until unbalanced forces act upon it. The object is now placed on a ramp. Now, gravity is acting upon the object, pulling it downhill. Friction pushes the object uphill, slowing the object slightly. There are unbalanced forces acting upon this object now. Now, this object will stay in motion unless outside forces act upon it. Objects have forces that will resist too. Friction works against a ball rolling down a ramp, however, it's weaker than the force of gravity. Tendency to resist change in motion is called inertia. The more mass an object has, the more inertia it has. If someone were to try to move a large object with more mass versus someone trying to move a small object with less mass, the person pushing less will push the object further. Newton's second law of motion states that the force of an object is equal to its mass multiplied by its acceleration. A change in motion only occurs if an outside net force is acted upon the object. A net force changes the velocity of an object, causing it to accelerate. A net force is all the exterior forces acting upon the object. Measurement of force is newtons. Newtons are the amount of force required to make a mass of 1 kilogram accelerate at a rate of 1 meter per second squared. This object will move 5 newtons to the right. The rest of the forces cancel out, and the object will change its acceleration depending on how much force is exerted where. The amount of acceleration of an object depends on its mass. The more mass an object has, the more inertia it has, the harder it is for the object to accelerate. Force is equal to the mass multiplied by acceleration. Newton's third law of motion. Every action has its equal and opposite reaction. When an object exerts a force on another body, the body exerts equal force in the opposite direction of the first object. However, there are always forces clashing. Friction causes the body to move less than the object. Famously, Newton's cradle is a prime example of actions and reactions. As the first ball is let go, it crashes into the other, transferring energy. Energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. So, the first ball loses energy to the second ball and air resistance. The second ball now has the rest of the energy transferred. It loses energy as it moves to air resistance.